Healthcare is one of the most valuable, yet one of the most inefficient systems on earth. A $550 billion industry built for profit, not people, where your data is sold, your access is limited, and your well-being comes second to revenue. But just as DeFi redefined ownership in finance, a new wave is coming to redefine ownership in healthcare, where people control their own data, benefit from it directly, and participate in an open, intelligent ecosystem. And that's where MotionDEV comes in. Now, a new movement is emerging to redefine ownership in healthcare. One where people control their data, earn from it, and participate in a transparent, intelligent ecosystem. Today, we're talking to someone leading that shift, Floren, CEO of MotionDEV. Now, the concept of MotionDEV began in 2021 with Harvard-linked researchers. CryptoData's 15-engineer team focused specifically on MotionDEV and real hardware already in testing. Now, before we start talking about tech, Floren, give us a little bit about an intro about yourself and how you really got into the space.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity, Ali. Really excited to work with you guys. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I started my journey very early on, immediately after high school. Built multiple businesses. The last one being Humans AI, which I co-founded back in 2019. So since then, I'm heavily involved in the AI space. We've done great with the company. We are now working at the government level with the biggest governments in the world, like the government of India. We are working with big enterprise clients like the Bank of Kenya. And we have great success in the AI world, starting even before it was cool to be in the AI, right? Even before ChatGPT and all the others. Now everyone works in AI, but we have long-standing experience in the market. Originally, I was a mathematical Olympian, so I'm very passionate about mathematics and let's say fixed sciences or precise sciences. And I started my venture into tech around 15 years ago. So I've been into tech and AI for more than 15 years. I built multiple products. I was fortunate enough to work with one of the brightest minds in Romania at that time, the best, which now are like the best CTOs in either AI or Web3, because most of my peers transitioned either to AI and Web3. I joined the Web3 movement very early on, immediately after the Ethereum launched its ICO. So I joined very early 2017. Already I was very passionate about the ecosystem. At that time, if you wanted to build a project based on Solidity, so on the Ethereum, essentially it was a full research project. You didn't have all the tools needed that we now enjoy. It was building a tech product in 2017. It was building like web app. It was like building a web app in 1995, right? No tools, no testing. It was like Wild West. So the first company that I co-founded in Web3 was a blockchain company to build the tools needed for developers to develop robust products in Web3, and also to provide them with a marketplace to be able to sell their creations, to be able to sell their smart contracts or decentralized applications. Because the DApp movement started towards the late 2017, early 2018, were the first thinkers in the ecosystem that, let's say, led or paved the way for the creators and for the startup entrepreneurs to essentially build exciting projects that the community will love.
Perfect. So I remember the ICO times, right?
Yeah.
It was a bit of a Wild West, and crypto is still like that, but it's getting more centralized, it's getting more regulated, which comes with pros and cons, right? And this is why I think also the healthcare industry also needs kind of the decentralized thing, and this is what we're going to be speaking about today. But before we unpack the tech about MotionDEV, take us back to the start. What's the origin story behind MotionDEV?
The original vision for CryptoData started in 2021, seeing how fragmented is the health market and seeing that the users actually don't benefit from their data, they are just being taken for granted. Shortly after that, through a strong partnership with CryptoData, which is a company that focuses on building products from end to end, and they build multiple projects. So they have like a huge team, over 100 people employed, and essentially they assigned for MotionDEV a team of around 15 engineers, like 3 hardware and the rest focus on the software. So essentially, shortly after the inception and the original vision was coined, to conquer this world, to bring healthcare in a decentralized environment, we were like, okay, but in order to do that, to make people aware of how important is their data, we need to lead the development, building core sensors that are medical grade, that can track your movement, that can track even your spine segments, everything to be medical grade in order to assist users with their with their well-being, with their motion, with their posture, with their full body physiology, and use that as a, let's say, as a starting point, as a ramp in order to connect the data that the users are generating into a Web3 environment for users to be able to control their data and to decide who is accessing and at what price and when. So it was important for crypto data not just to build the core Web3 infrastructure, but actually lead the development in the sensor technology to build lightweight sensors and to show how and to learn as well how we take data from the user, how we protect it, and how we put it into Web3, and after that how we train AIs with this valuable data which is labeled by medical professions.
Perfect, perfect. And is there other opportunities in the works right now?
Yes, definitely. I'm very excited about what I consider being the biggest opportunity. MotionDEV, we never announced this. MotionDEV will be in the first cohort for a new department that is currently building at Harvard. It's called AI for Flourishing, and will be essentially leading the charge in the flourishing and wellness sector when it comes to implementing AI at the core level. AI doesn't exist without high quality data. Flourishing and wellness doesn't exist without health. So essentially we'll be at the forefront of supporting this department actually and working with them very closely both on the research side and on the getting to market side, because this department, the entire focus will be to link the research with the industry. So it's very, very important that research to see the light of day and to see the applications in the industry, in the sense that is product delivered to users, and then to see the results. Okay, how these products drive change and they had actually an impact in the user's life. And I think that's it, the core department, and the department at Harvard for AI flourishing and wellness, I think strongly aligns with our mission. So that's why it makes sense. That's why we were accepted. And I think from there we will open the doors for a lot more partnerships. A lot of other partnerships are currently in the works that we are currently keeping under wraps with big players in the industry. Also on the DeSide side as well. But I think that is the most exciting, that we are now being comfortable to share it.